Coach, must be nice to be back in the win column. Just your thoughts on today's performance from your team?
The team played really well today. I was proud of the guys. There was a lot of things, between the last time we took the field and today that went on, and it was the team really just proud of the guys on the club for putting the efforts in to lead to what you saw today.
Bennett Thompson got his first start on base 4 times. What did you see from him today?
Bennett Thompson's a stud. Yeah, he's a Southern Oregon kid that's just a tough guy and really, really good catcher. He stayed patient. He's waited his turn, and today he got his turn, and obviously he showed very, very well. Yeah.
On that note, you kind of shook up the lineup a bit, Thompson and putting Nowitzki and Betcher in there. All 3 of those guys made an impact. What did you see from the slightly new-look lineup?
Well, they had, I think, 16 different plate appearances, and 12 of them were positive at-bats. And so, those guys were really, really good. Big reason why we won today. Sam Nowitzki's a team leader and an absolute rock star of a person. And so is Bryce Betcher. Bryce is just a tremendous athlete that's stayed patient, waited his turn, and had a very good day today.
What was the difference in the approach, as far as team got together, but what happened to go from 1 hit to 19?
Yeah, that's a longer answer than I have time for today, but I can just say that there was a lot that happened.
How much? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, how much control do you think? Do you think this team is very much player-led? When you have a down day, are they the ones that are really leading it in the locker room, or do you feel like it's your coaching staff that kind of has to come in and make those adjustments? Do you feel like they're player adjustments, coach adjustments, a mix of both?
Good question. It's a little of both.
What were some of the thought processes of moving around the lineup? Was it, Hall and Walsh didn't start. There was also a lefty starting the mound. Did that go into it, or was this you wanted to shake it up more?
No, we played the lineup that we thought was going to win the game for us today, and that's what happened.
I thought the defense set the tone early on, especially they get a run early. Do you think that provided some momentum for the ball club, especially that shade robbery out there in center?
Yeah, and I thought the Kasevich relay from Shade was tremendous as well at the plate to get an out and recorded. I thought those were 2 really big plays. Obviously, Colby Shade robbing another home run in center field. Both those plays were tremendous defensive plays, yeah.
Going off defense, what did you see from Bennett Thompson behind the plate? It was one thing to go up there and hit for your first career starts, another to go behind there and box the balls.
Well, the umpire behind the plate said he was one of the best catchers he'd sat behind all year, and that's a Pac-12 umpire that's very, very good. I just thought he received the ball very well. He sits quietly, and he's a really good catcher. He's a competitor. Ironically, he gets to third base and he says, "Coach, I can pitch too. I want to pitch." And we've seen him pitch in high school as well, and he is good. But that's just who he is. He's a very confident person, and he comes from a family that's groomed him up, brought him up very, very well.
Anything more specific on how he was one of the best catchers? Like you said, he's quiet, but anything more from the umpire or that you would say?
No, he's really, Jack Marr's catching coach. We've got really good catchers here, and he's helped he's helped Bennett turn himself into a great catcher. Bennett's already brought a good skill set with him, but the progress he's made since he's been here has been ridiculous, and the pitchers love throwing to him.
It's the last time we're going to get to talk to you before the team travels to Arizona tomorrow. What's the scout on the Sun Devils, and what's the importance of that weekend series?
All the weekends are big, and to be honest with you, we've invested so much into our team in the last probably at least 48 hours that we weren't focused on ASU right now. So we'll get focused on ASU, after we take our clothes off and put on different clothes. We'll get there.
A couple of specifics, but I saw that Tommy Brandenburg strictly worked out of the stretch. Is that the fact that he's like a full-time pen guy now, or is it something different?
No, I think Coach Angier, probably had a lot to do with that. He's just simplifying his delivery and trying to help him have success at this level. He had a lot of success in high school. He had a lot of success in travel ball, and then he gets here and he had a lot of success in our scrimmages, and then backed up a little bit. And I think Coach Angier is just trying to help him. And obviously, he pitched very well today. I thought a lot of the pitchers pitched good. There were several of those guys that came out today and threw the ball over the plate with conviction. And, Colby Summers at the end, we haven't seen him here recently for a while. He was getting a ton of work. Rio Britton threw the ball very well. Stone Sherby again came in. He was only asked to get one guy out. He got the guy out that he wanted, that he needed to get. Amongst others, Tommy was really good as well.
Speaking on Summers, he finishes with one batter left. Is that more of a pitch count thing that he hasn't been working recently, or?
No, Coach Angier needed to get. No, Coach Angier just wanted to get Matt Dallas in the game. You know, he needed to get him work too, and so that's why it was such a quick change at the end. You know, sprinting out to the mound and bringing him in quickly. He didn't want to delay the game and do it that way, but he needed to get another guy with work.
With the lineup changes, obviously one game sample size, but with it working so well today, is that something that might continue to move forward in the ASU series, or?
We'll put the best lineup out there that we think is going to win games.
What do you think are some of those things that you're looking for in whoever is out on the field?
I guess the best way to put it is we know that there's an expectation at the University of Oregon, and when we meet it, we know what it looks like, and when we don't, we know what that looks like as well. And so, very simply, we're going to try to meet that expectation of what fans and people around here expect out of their athletics programs, and so we'll put that team out there that we feel like is the best team that we can furnish.
What was going on with Colby Shea's headgear out there in center field? I think I counted 4 times he lost his hat. Does he need to make another stop with the equipment manager?
Might need, John Mitchell. We'll get John Mitchell over with him with some pens or something. Yeah.